Greetings everyone, and great here from another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on top left side as magenta French with LazarosVas. Spawn on bottom right side as the red Swedes. We have Garjabaldi. Garjabaldi. I probably butchered that. We've got Adolf Nordenskjold versus Ire de Charvalox. Probably butchered every single name in this game. When it comes to the nearest map, we do have the House of Odenburg, which can give you access to a Royal Hunter, a Villager variant, only can collect up food, and the Mountain Troopers, or Northern Musketeers, which also are Musketeer only cost food. And we've got the House of Witten, which can give you access to the Trabants and the Saxon Cuirassiers. Additionally, it can give you access to an Age 2 fort for a not so cheap price of 1,200 resources. Howdy. Nothing much, just casting some replays. Red has gone for trade posts here. Nobody's touched these trade posts up here. Well, magenta has gone for the trade posts. And I noticed as well, sorry about this, it is a little bit too glidey. There you go, much better to control. The French player now has a deck called Land 1v1. We've got Couriers, Economic Theory, Couriers, Wood, Coin, Crossbows, Range, Infantry hit points, Hussars, and Cavalry hit points, Wilderness Warfare, Wood Coin, Team Dralur Sangalius, probably butchered that, Skirmishers, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconets, Fire Hessian Jaegers, Heavy Cannon, Factory, and Factory. His opponent has Caro Cavalry. Got Villagers, Wood, Coin, Hussars, Team House of Bernadette, Leather Cannons, Eisenberg Ironworks, Dominions, Copper Mines, Wood Coin, Infinite Blackberries, Helicopulties, Falconets, Range Cavalry Combat, Snaplock, Contract Hessian Jaegers, Copper Mines, Trample Tactics, Thin Horses, Factory, Industrial Revolution, and German mercenary contracts. German mercenaries can be hired from the barracks, stable, and galleons, increase all mercenary attack and hit points. So we got mercenary cavalry deck for the Swedes, while his opponent has gone for relatively standard French with cavalry cards and some other non-cavalry cards. Or generalist. We do not have the naturalist being selected. His opponent is going for the quartermaster. Red's explorers taking quite a bit of damage there. Magenda's not inclined to finish him off. The Navajo scout could shank him a little bit more. They may kill off this unbearable bear. The bear does go down, and now he'll steal his wood. The treasure chest he rip apart for wood. Really not really a treasure chest, so there's no treasure inside. Just a chest.
Right.
He's now going for placard mines and some hunting doggos. Swedes designed for villagers. Trying to build some more torps. Some of these torps are near some trees, so he will get some extra resources. A little bit extra resources. The more I look at it, I think the blueberry card for the Swedes are not super great, because you can just hold out for a shipment of blackberries. This will give you 1,000 food per torp, while the blueberries just give you what, additional 250 per torp. Granted, there's a difference between Age 1 and Age 2 card or Age 3 cards, but there's always plenty of other cards to go for. So I think, in my opinion, the more I look at the Swedes playstyle, it's better to not go for blueberries and just save up for blackberries, since they also do not interact with each other. That's just my opinion. We do now have Dominions being brought in, and probably go for Eisenberg Ironworks afterwards. The French are bringing some more couriers, and also going for some steel traps. More of the elk going on down. And now we've got some French musketeers. I heard a camouflage effect, probably the French scout scouting around. And now he's invisible, so he can't be heard saying he needs a dispenser. More wagons now pulled on the field. Before pulling around here, there's a large amount of elk in the way, so you can see they're having a bit of trouble placing down. He could try picking out some of the corpse elk here to let them gather up some elk. This one does find a bit of wood as well. More of the local doggos starting going down there.
Befehl?
Lazar is now eyeing for an attack. The French do have some musketeers. Plenty of musketeers, 10 of them, so that should be plenty to deal with the Hussars. They gotta shoot them or stab them. Magenta's Explorer does spot the Red Scout or Red Hussars. So, but the Explorer will go down. Hussars do take a volley there, and now they're playing Ran the Rosie, allows them to go into his opponent's base with a bit more ease. We've got another round of musketeers pulled on out. And these couriers could be intercepted, but they don't have their great coats yet. One villager does go down, very nice. Got 15 musketeers in the field, all five hussars still alive. So that full health is another not true statement. This is going to be cleared up as coin quite a bit. He does not have the Eisenberg Ironworks just yet. And he does not need to go for blackberries immediately. There's still plenty of food on these berry bushes. So maybe a good idea, he is. Let's see, he needs more coin for the Jaegers. He's going for a shipment of coin. Didn't get out his Jaegers. Howdy. Hussars now push way forward. Musketeers will get a good volley onto them. The Hussars doing a good job, just keep his opponent in his base. Yeah, it's going fine. How about your day?
Yeah.
I think that's... the Swede has quite a bit of guys on coin at the moment. Does? Okay, it's going for his Helcapeltes. Which are like cavalry. Of course, they have the trample capability, and they can go in for the trample tactics, which can, of course, give them reduced attack speed but increase health. Or attacks, it's higher attack speed, not attack slower. I did read the negative as in. I just read that incorrectly. Most tricky right now, they're in range mode, staggered. Rise Explorers moving around, but Magentas have been brought back up. Red have a possibility to engage some villagers. I'm not playing the game, I'm currently casting. I'm observing a already played game. French signing for some villagers here, going for, has only one trade post. Red has a second trade post now, currently both experienced. And now he is deploying out some Jaegers from the saloon. Yep, we got some a saloon here. Hussars is going to push towards his opponent's base. We got now some dragoons here. Nope, I'm not playing at the moment. I do casting, so I view other people playing. Helcapeltes do take some damage there. Jaegers are, of course, a musketeer variant. They do have good range damage, good range. No, they're a skirmisher variant, not a musketeer variant. They should be very effective versus those dragoons. They do have 40 range assist as well. They cost 200 coin each. Pretty nice infantry unit. They're pretty common mercenary in the campaign, so people know about them in general, to put it say the least. Got a round of more Helcapeltes being pulled out, and got a shipment of Helcapeltes. So it looks like he's eyeing for his mercenary skirmisher and his unique light cavalry as his composition. His opponent could counter with spies. As many references I make to Team Fortress 2, that's also a pretty easy reference for Team Fortress 2. Lazars is going on down, skirmishers moving on back, in which, I'll think about it, his opponent's composition, when he starting to blow out a good number of skirmishers, so his opponent's composition could vary similar as well. Non-mercenary skirmisher and his non-special light cavalry, though he does have still some musketeers mixed on in. Jaegers now pushing their way forward. Helcapeltes in tow. One skirmisher does go down. They do. Veteran skirmishers do have the same range as the Jaegers. They do offer 18 damage, 20 range, 144 health, 30 range resist. While the Jaegers do have 50% more damage. What, 100% more health almost? And a little bit more range resist, so they're relatively about equal in cost and population. If you combine two skirmishers versus one Jaeger. Jaegers do take a volley there. They do retaliate against one of the musketeers. More Jaegers being put on the field. Dragoon gets annihilated. Now got us around of veteran cruisers, the special French head cav. Helcapeltes will be very effective versus those. And now the cruisers now going to be collapsing on top of the Jaegers. He's trying to make them run away with the formation moves. Does get some good damage there on the cruisers. Cruisers now engaging. Musketeers also pushing forward with bayonets drawn. Dragoons just moving forward. Skirmishers as well. Doesn't really matter what the skirmishers hit. Dragoons need to focus. It doesn't really matter what they hit either in this situation. Does take out some Helcapeltes. All the musketeers have gone down. All the cruisers have gone down. Good micro there by red. Magenta's now need to fall back. It looks like the veteran Helcapeltes do have a AoE to their range attack as well. The range, however, is short, so the skirmishers can retaliate against them pretty easily, but these Jaegers are causing some big issues. Got a compromise being brought in, as well as more Helcapeltes. And now the French is going for a shipment of Jaegers and more French villagers. Falconets will be useful against the Jaegers. Going for some of the Cuirassiers as well. He has to be careful of the Helcapeltes. And now the French villagers have to run away. Helcapeltes, being a light infantry unit, does do 25% less damage versus versus villagers, which actually is a little bit better than the Dragoons. Now, I'd say that the Swedish player has been having good field control, that's for sure. He's actually maintained good field control with a smaller army, with the Hussars just trying to eye for some harassment. The French player's been cooped up in space for the majority of the game, that is for sure. Now he's trying to push forward to claim some elk. The Explorer will go down. And now we may see a counterattack on the French villagers. One that does take a bit of damage there. French villager down. He now springs forward. He has an army of 23 versus army of 34. Skirmishers firing away. Jaegers get a good volley as well. French villagers trying to push their way forward to claim some more of the hunt. And now we've got a very fine coat for the Swedes, as well as more Jaegers, while the French is now going for a shipment of his skirmishers, as well as more cuirassiers. Red's doing a good job microing his Jaegers. But now some of his villagers may be a little exposed here. Cuirassiers do take a Pretty good volley there. Try to hit some filters. He may want to go the trample tactics against, or trample mode against all of these Jaegers. He also has the French villagers pushing forward. I wonder if that's a missed rally, but the French villagers here with his army. French villagers do have 40% range resist, unlike regular villagers who melee resist. And Magenta Cast and GG. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.